This is Bunny Bhoola reporting live from South Africa for the dope news called African Voices for the Road to Growth. The coronavirus has stopped us all in our paths, putting a pause on our daily day-to-day activities. One such activity is travel and tourism. The industry is at a standstill, but that does not mean innovation for survival is dead. With our show, we want to understand the journey of these trailblazing industry leaders, from their past journeys to the present situation, and of course, the roadmap to tomorrow's growth. So join me on this interesting journey as we move across the various African countries to learn, explore, and empower the voices of Africa as they set into survival mode to revive and reinvent to a whole new normal.
Our special guest today is Mr. Ashraf Abdellatif, all the way from Egypt. He's the owner of Genius Travel and has been in business for 25 years. Welcome, Ashraf. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So, I'm Ashraf Abdellatif. I'm working in the field of tourism for more than 30 years. After I have already finished my study at the college, I have already started working the tourist travel agent. As I started from the very beginning as a representative of transferman, I was receiving all the tourists from the airport, then go to with the hotel, going to with the tourists to the hotel to check them in. After that, we speak with the tourists about the program of their program for tomorrow, and give them all the details that we are going to be picked from the hotel at 8 o'clock, and for example, and then we arrange for the guide to come to the hotel for picking up the tourists. After that, the guide will be in charge of all the program with the tourist. But for me, after I finished as a transfer man, I worked for 2 years. I have also promoted to be tour operators. I worked as a tour operator for 1 year. Then, because of my long study in this field and my try to work in this field, I was highly promoted to be a senior tour operator, then operation manager. I was in charge of all the department. I was working from 30 years ago. I was working as a travel agent. I was in charge of 10 staffs. I was distributing all the business upon my staff. For some of them were in charge of booking the hotel, and some of them arrange the connection with the guides, to the guides, and the cruises, and the transfer, and for everything. After that, after working as an operation manager for 2 years, I have already promoted also to be the tourism manager of the company. The first one, it was Safaga Travel and Black Horse Travel. Working in this travel agency for more than 5 or 6 years, and then I have already started to work as a private. I have already rented a company before opening on inaugurating our travel agents. I have already inaugurated. I worked firstly. I have rented a travel agent from one of my friends who was, his business only was religious, and I was in charge of incoming and outbound travel agency, working for more than 10 years in this field. Then after 10 years, we have already inaugurated our own travel agency for more than 13 years. Our own travel agency, my own travel agency for more than, but for me, I'm working for more than 30 years.
Ashraf, can we chat a little bit about the present in Egypt? Have you all opened a little bit? What is the situation in Egypt?
During this lockdown, since 19th of March, all the travel agents and tour operators already, according to the regulations, the government, we have already stopped, and we are live for the lockdown of all the travel agency. But we keep our staff working for one day a week to be able to correspond with our tour operators, or we have any requests. We have only one day per week. But now, but this already impacted on all the activities, on all the tourists, and all the different, all the different industries here, all the different industries already influenced by this lockdown, because we have here the employment is already spread in Egypt, not only in Egypt, in Europe, also in America. This COVID-19 is have a very economic influence, and it has a very strong influence on the economic situation. And we have already noticed more of the employees have already left their jobs. But for us in Egypt, we already kept our staff because they are working with us for more than years, and we already gave them the salaries, half salaries. But because we are not working during this lockdown, but in order to support our staff to live, and because they have houses, and that's why we are already supporting them.
Can you tell me, is the government helping you all as agencies that are involved in tourism? Is there any support from the government?
Yes, we have already supported all the tour operators and the travel agencies in Egypt. They give us about the basic salary for the staffs. They give us about three months the fees of the fees on the salaries for 3 months that were already locked down. But the government already supported us as much as it could.
Okay, no, that's very positive, Ashraf. At least the government is assisting you all in this area. Now, Ashraf, let's look into the future. And what do you think travel is going to be like in Egypt post-COVID?
Now I think all the travel will be very strong during 6 months, or during next winter. It will be very rush. It will be very rush. As all the tourists would like to travel because they already feel that they are in prison in their homes. That's why they are very anxious to travel all over the countries to satisfy themselves. But the economic, during the lockdown and during the COVID-19, I think it already affected. It has a very strong effect on the economic situation. That's why I think that tourism will not be very high during October, but they will start. We are going to push the tourism by making a very special offer to encourage the tourists to come, and to give a very special offer to our tour operators to support them for making a promotion to Egypt.
Is it more domestic tourists you're initially targeting before the international tourists?
Yes, yes. Now the domestic already started. I'm telling you, it's already started 2 weeks ago during our feast. They have already gave 25% of the occupancy of the hotel to be working, and from the beginning of June, 3 days ago, we have already started 50 of the occupancy of the hotels already working now. It goes very well, It goes very well now. So this is maybe the measures of how it will work, because during 2 weeks, I think so, as the Prime Minister already, we have already heard this. They are thinking now to activate and to start the international flights, because this is a very public request from all the countries, because to open the international flights, because this affects the tourism, the economy very, very strong. But so I think it will be starting after the beginning of July. The international flight will be working, and we will be receiving different tourists from all over the world. This is to give the wheel to start to.
That's very, very good, Ashraf, that your international flights will resume from July and your international markets will be starting to come through. So at least that will revive the industry quite a bit. Now, what plans are you encouraging, or the government is encouraging, to attract the mice and the large groups that normally come to Egypt quite a bit?
So I'm telling you that for the role of the government already, the Ministry of Tourism is going to make a meeting for the tour operators all over the from the very strong markets. So they are going to send them an invitation or a study tours to study here the measures that were already the government already have already taken to see how our how the government is already is very, very, very serious in dealing with the COVID-19. So they are going to send invitation on the study tours to check also the airport, the hotels, and everything. And this for the role of the government. And from our side, as a tour operators, we are going to say to send also invitation for our tour operators to come for the study tours to check our hotels, our airports, to make sure everything is going well before we start our business.
Ashraf, do you want to just talk about the safety measures that you'll have put into place to give all your tour operators and clients peace of mind?
I think you have already seen in the TV that we have a very precaution measures in all the hotels. All the hotels already now the Ministry of Tourism have already checked the hotel by himself, and before the hotels is inaugurated once more, they already checked the hotel if it already have done all the precautions before it opens. It gives him a certificate that it's already before the hotels working. It gives him a certificate that they already checked and everything is already they have already done every precaution measures for the safety for the tourists.
That's very good, Ashraf. So at least you know that your clients and the tour operators have complete peace of mind when they will be sending their clients through to you guys. Now, in closing, what is your message to all your industry partners and to your prospective clients? What is your message for closing?
All the tour operators all over the world are anxious for working, because the lockdown have a very strong economic crisis for all the tour operators, for all the field, regardless of tourism. So I think we are inviting all the tour operators and travel agents to start pushing their promotional offers to start the wheel of tourism business, because now we have already done all the safety steps in Egypt and everything is already excellent now. I think that the government already presented this on the TV, and from the measures of precaution was already presented in the TV. From our side, we have already, the government have already done everything. Now from our side as a tour operator and travel agency in Egypt, we are offering a very special offer now. We are preparing a very special offer for our tour operators abroad to send them this offer with a very attractive and very competitive rates in order to start to promoting and pushing Egypt once more and pushing the wheel of business to start.
Ashraf, you are indeed an inspiration to Genius Travel. In the words of Low Holtz, a former football player, virtually nothing is impossible in this world. And if you just put your mind to it and maintain a positive attitude, that describes very fully Ashraf and Genius Travel. This is Bunny Bhoola from the Dope News, African Voices on the Road to Recovery. In closing, I invite you to stay tuned for more such exciting episodes. Thank you. Bye.